Pull up a chair, y'all. Dust on the dance floor, neon humming low, and a little Texas night air coming through the screen door. Tonight we're walking with Hal Ketchum, the cabinet maker turned hit maker who proved a small-town story can ring like a church bell clear across the country. Born April 9, 1953, up in Greenwich, New York, Hal started out behind a drum kit. But in the early 80s, he drifted south to Texas, Austin first, then down to that creaky old jewel called Gruene Hall outside New Braunfels, where he traded sawdust for songdust. If you've ever stood in that room, you know what it does to a person. It did it to Hal. By May 1986, he'd won the Kerrville Folk Festival's New Folk Songwriting Contest, and he caught the bug for good. Come 1988, he packed for Nashville, signed with Curb, and walked into Jack's Tracks on 16th Avenue South, the same studio where a lot of hearts learned to roll. Now here's the part folks remember. Spring of '91, Hal's first major label album, Past the Point of Rescue, hits on May 7th. 4 singles, 4 radio memories. Small Town Saturday Night jumps out in April '91, and by August it's sitting at number 2 on the country chart, close enough to count the whiskers on number 1. I Know Where Love Lives keeps the lights on that winter. Then the title track, Past the Point of Rescue, sails to number 2 again in 1992. And 5 O'Clock World rings the quitting bell at number 16. That record went gold the very next year. Not bad for a fella who used to build toys and cabinets during the day and write under a Texas moon at night. Hal wasn't just making hits, he was building a tone, plain-spoken poetry with a little folk stitch in the hem. In '92 and '93, he stays hot. Sure Love, Hearts Are Gonna Roll climbing to number 2. Mama Knows the Highway, rolling on up the road. You could hear the hill country wind in his voice, that high, easy tenor that made hard things feel gentle. On January 22, 1994, the Grand Ole Opry brought him into the family. If you've ever waited on a chart call, you know that feeling. Now imagine stepping onto that circle and hearing the house hush. There's a story from the road folks like to tell. Hal would keep a little Carpenter's pencil in his shirt pocket, even after the hits came, out of habit. One night a fan asks, "Why the pencil, Hal?" He taps the pocket and says, "In case the good Lord drops a line I don't want to forget." That's how he wrote. Hammer in one hand, melody in the other. Life, of course, doesn't mind cutting the deck. In June 1998, Hal was diagnosed with acute transverse myelitis, a spinal inflammation that stole the use of his left side. He had to relearn how to walk, how to hold a guitar. Most folks would have sat down right there. Hal got back up. By the mid-2000s, he was still carving out records and paintings, yes, paintings, showing in Santa Fe galleries, proving creativity finds any window that's open. There's a sweetness to his love songs. Stay Forever in 1995 is tender as a porch swing, and a wry smile in the road tunes. Mama Knows the Highway isn't just a truck stop postcard, it's the gospel of all of us who've measured life by mile markers and coffee refills. And Small Town Saturday Night? That one works anywhere. In a Texas two-light town, in upstate New York, or right here in your kitchen while the pot roast cools. Now, Hal's later chapter asks for a little hush. On April 14, 2019, his wife Andrea told the world Hal was retiring due to dementia, including Alzheimer's. That's a hard sentence to read, much less to say. But here's what matters. Fans answered with gratitude, not noise. And the night of November 23, 2020, at home in Fischer, Texas, Hal slipped away, age 67, with his songs already outliving him, as good songs do. What did he leave us? 17 entries on the country chart, 6 top 10s, and a catalog that still smells like cedar and black coffee. The proof's in the details. A dance hall with a tin roof, a studio on 16th with a red light glowing, a man who could turn an afternoon drive into a verse you swear you've lived. Hal Ketchum carried folk art into country radio and made room for quieter voices to be heard. If you're a writer, he reminds you to keep a pencil handy. If you're a listener, he reminds you to roll the windows down. So here's my toast, to the Carpenter poet who built songs sturdy enough to dance on. If Hal's music ever walked you through a lonesome stretch or a long Saturday, do me a favor. Tap that like button, subscribe to Classic Country TV, share this with the friend who still knows the harmony. We've got more Porch Light stories coming, and I'd love for you to ride along.